Hello everybody, today is Monday, October 1st. It's 4:13 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The regular session closes in just a couple of minutes. On my right is my computer clock and you can see the date and time, and on my left is the time and sales. The EMini S&P currently trading at 29.2875. First up today is the crude oil on a 987 tick chart. This has been really good for us. Very consistent chart. Started off with a couple of winners and then a couple of losers here. Only drew down about 100 per contract, and then came back with this really solid winning trade here. Our line break signal here coinciding with the trend signal, and this is trading 3 contracts, so basically going for about 400 per contract in the crude. And so we hit our goal with like 1 tick of slippage. It's a limit order at the close of the bar. You can see that our fill here was at the close of the bar. And so really nice performance on this chart. Okay, next up is the Nasdaq on a 5-minute chart, and this had a partial winner here, only a tick or 2 loss on the second contract. And then this nice short trade here brought it to 1070. The goal on this is 1500. Okay, the EMini S&P on a Super Renko 4 tick drew down a little bit here, about 100 per contract, and then came back here, catching the sell-off at the end of the day, the last couple of hours, and did 1,025 for the day. The goal on this is 1,050. Okay, the crude oil on a Super Renko 7 had 3 trades, 2 winners, 1 loser, and did 1220 for the day. The goal on this is 1200, so a couple of ticks positive slippage. Okay, the DAX on a Super Renko 6 tick did 1062, and moderately active trading here. It drew down about 300 per contract. The other charts for the DAX didn't trade today for some reason, and that reason is I didn't get data on this chart. And sometimes things like this happen where the end date ended at 9:30 for whatever the reason instead of today's date. And so you have to check for these kind of things. So that's why this chart didn't trade, and several other of my DAX charts. So we don't know whether there would have been winners or losers today, but judging at well, let me refresh the chart here and see. Okay, next we have the EMini S&P on a Super Renko 6 tick. This is trading 3 contracts. We had a small loser to start, which drew down about 125 per contract, and then came back with 2 winners back to back, and we hit our goal of 1275. Actually, our goal was 1,000, so there must have been a pretty good sell-off here, and we had pretty extreme positive slippage. So no apologies there. Okay, the crude oil on a Super Renko 6 tick trading 2 contracts had a pretty nice day today. This is using our line break logic. This did 990. The goal is 1,000. Very, very nice looking trades on this chart. Okay, quite active on the crude oil 150 Heikin-Ashi tick chart. There was quite a few trades today, ultimately finishing at 810. Looks like we had an equity high of about 1,000, and it hovered. It really went sideways for the first. Well, actually, I have this trading since the London session, so this probably should be changed to New York, because if it was the New York session, it would have been a little less trades here. But anyway, it went sideways for most of the action in this session, and then came up, and our goal on this is quite a lot, 2550. So not a bad performance, 810 for the day on 2 contracts. Okay, the ES on a Super Renko 4 tick trading 2 contracts. This did 525 for the day. I think the goal on this is 725. So not bad. I think this one starts trading at the noon hour. Okay, the regular 5 Renko chart on the EMini S&P, this is trading 3 contracts actually, and we have a higher time frame of a Super Renko 6, and the goal on this is 1050, and we have fixed targets here. And anyway, this did 725, pretty respectable, but this has been a really consistent chart. It's been pretty reliable. Okay, the Nasdaq on a 20 Renko chart drew down about 400 per contract and then came back and finished at positive 430. And this is a brand new chart. I had the Nasdaq 20 Renko, and then I added a Super Renko 10 on the chart as a higher time frame filter. And so, you know, fairly modest gain on the Nasdaq. There was another half dozen charts that did about $100 for the day, and I'm not going to bother showing them. That's all for today's video. Thanks for watching.